Former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi says he will remain in politics despite his expulsion from Parliament. He told supporters it was a day of mourning for democracy after senators voted to force him out because of his conviction for tax fraud. In August, Italy's High Court upheld Berlusconi's conviction and his one-year prison sentence. Berlusconi has been banned from holding public office for 2 years. In early October, he tried to bring down the government by ordering his ministers to back out of the coalition. But he failed because some of his closest allies made it clear they would side with the Prime Minister Enrico Letta.
To the bitter end, embattled former Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi rallied his supporters outside his residence in Rome, posing as the victim of an unrelenting political vendetta.
I had to resign from government, and gradually they continued to go ahead through trials to get rid of me from the political scene. There have bbeen 57 trials against me. In no civilized democratic country has this happened, that a political leader had to go through such persecution.
In a surprisingly rapid vote, the Italian Senate sent Berlusconi packing. 192 lawmakers voted to oust him against 113 who voted for him to stay.
Really a very defiant tone by Mr. Berlusconi, and as one Italian said to me, he will remain relevant in Italian politics until his last breath, whether or not he's actually sitting in Parliament.
In the Senate, even those like us that were pushing for Berlusconi's expulsion, we all understood that it was a sad moment for the man, although he reaped the fruits of what he sowed. But it was a sad moment for Italy, because this moment should have come many years ago. Reaction has been mixed, but for many, Berlusconi will always be popular. They're persecuting Berlusconi. They're being vindictive. It's not right. He's been a politician for 20 years and he's governed well. Firstly, finally, Italy is free, but it's too late. It's embarrassing. Without doubt, Berlusconi is a divisive figure, but despite his support, he has now been politically wounded and has yet more criminal trials to face.
In August, a court sentenced Berlusconi to 4 years in jail for tax evasion, but he is unlikely to serve any time behind bars because of his age. Berlusconi is 77. He was Prime Minister 3 times for a total of 9 years. Italian law bans anyone sentenced to more than 2 years in prison from running for public office for the next 6 years.
No, there are still charges going through the courts, and this is why he's now exposed to the added danger of prosecution and possibly other charges evolving too. This is a man who has been through 30 court cases, convicted on 1, had others expire over several years because they simply took too long. But now it appears that his mercurial good luck might be running out. Could we be witnessing the end of Silvio Berlusconi as a political force in Italy? I'm not going to call it, because we've been proven wrong before. That coffin has been nailed firmly shut, and he's got a crowbar inside there, always manages to get it open again.
But in the end, it was tax fraud linked to his vast media empire which finally did for him. Berlusconi was a flamboyant figure on the world stage. At home, he was domineering and divisive. In 2009, struck in the face at a rally by a man wielding a miniature model of Milan Cathedral. He once said he was the most persecuted man since Jesus Christ, the victim of a left-wing conspiracy. He is now out of Parliament, but he still runs the Forza Italia party, though his opponents say he is no longer a force to be reckoned with.
Forte e più coeso The government is stronger now and more cohesive. It is a government which has the support of political parties which have done the same as what's currently being done in Germany, a grand coalition.
Seen here fainting at a rally 5 years ago, Silvio Berlusconi is now 77 years old, but he's refusing to go gracefully, insisting he still has the power to influence Italian politics.